Hi, this is Steve. In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement split testing with ClickMagick so that you can maximize the value of your traffic. What I'm not going to do in this video is go into all the theory and best practices about split testing, because that could literally take hours, and there are a lot of different philosophies about exactly how to do it properly. So if you want to learn more about split testing, and I do suggest that you master this topic, simply search the internet for a course on split testing. There are a lot of good ones out there. Split testing is also called A/B testing or multivariate testing. So if you see those terms, just understand that they're talking about exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do here is use a very simple example of split testing so that I can show you how to set up a split test using ClickMagick. So let's go ahead and take a look. To get started, let's take a look at a basic sales funnel. First, you have the opt-in or squeeze page where you capture the person's email address. This is for building your list so you can do regular marketing to people who've come to your website. Now in this example, we've got drinking water made from the snows of Antarctica. Next, after they give you their email address, they're taken to a sales page. In this case, I have a video sales page where they can watch an informational video about Antarctic snow water. And then of course there's the huge buy button there that they can hit in order to buy the product. If they click on the buy button, then they're taken to the checkout page. And if they fill that out and it's processed, they're finally taken to the thank you page. So this is a basic sales funnel, and if you're doing any kind of affiliate marketing, it should look pretty familiar to you. So then where does split testing come in? Well, if you take a look at this funnel, you can see that the opt-in page is pretty simple. It's just a form with a background image showing bottles of Antarctic snow water. But what if somebody comes to the page and for whatever reason they don't enter their information? Then of course the whole process stops. They never make it to the sales video. They don't get the option to buy. And even more important, you can't send them follow-up information because you didn't get their email address. In effect, because you didn't capture their email address, you've lost communication with that potential customer, and that's not good. So let me give you an example of this. We're marketing pure clean water here, and that's what the opt-in page shows. But what if we made one simple change to the page? What if we changed the background image? Now, what do you think would happen to the opt-in rate with this image? Now, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty certain it would tank. And the reason is the image doesn't match the idea of pure, clean drinking water. I mean, think about it. Would you respond to that page even if you were interested in drinking water? I'm guessing not. Now, let's take a look at another background image. Here we have a nature scene. Now, this has nothing to do with snow or Antarctica, but it could resonate with people who are interested in pure, clean water. It's not a logical connection, but it could be an emotional one. And since we've already established that just changing the background image could change your opt-in rate, how do you think this new page would compare to the original one with the images of the bottle? Well, I don't know about you, but I don't have any idea how the two pages would compare with actual people coming to the site, and that's where split testing comes in. The idea behind split testing is to send traffic to two or more pages and see which one does better, and then you go with the winner. And by testing your pages this way, you're not just guessing about which one will do better, you actually know which page will do better, and it's often surprising. It's really not uncommon to find that an ugly page does much better than a beautifully artistic one, or a page with a spelling mistake might do better than one that's perfectly correct. You just don't know until you test it, and that's why experienced online marketers are so fanatical about split testing. And it's not just for their opt-in pages, they're fanatical about testing it for every part of their funnel. ClickMagick makes this very simple for you to do. You can drive all your traffic through one tracking link, and with ClickMagick's split test tool, it will automatically distribute the traffic to the different pages for you, and it will even alert you automatically when you have a statistically valid winner. So let's go ahead and see how you would set this up. Let's do that now. First, let's go into a tracking link for Antarctic snow water that I've already created. And here you can see for our tracking link, we have bestcoolproducts.com/snowwater. That's going to be our tracking link that we're going to drive all traffic through. And you can see that that link is currently pointing at the capture page with the image of the bottles. You can see that right there. So now what we want to do is we want to set up a split test between the two pages, the bottles page and the nature page. And the way we do that is we go up into the settings menu for this link, we click on the gear icon, and we come down to the split testing menu item and choose that. So now you can see with the split testing tool open that we have one page already showing the primary URL, and what we're going to do is add the nature page. So the first thing I'm going to do is type the name, nature, and next I'm going to type the URL. antarcticsnowwater.com/nature. That's the URL for the second capture page. I'm going to send 50% of the traffic to the nature page. I'm going to add the URL. And now you can see that we have both the nature page and the bottles page set up for this split test. Each have a weight of 50%, meaning that 50% of the traffic is going to go to the nature page and 50% of the traffic is going to go to the bottles page. Now, if this were a brand new split test, it would be very common to actually test 3 or 4 pages right at the beginning with an equal amount of traffic going to each of the pages. And the way that you might do that is if you're using a page builder, you might use 3 or 4 different templates to create those capture pages, enter all the URLs in here, and then you could click equalize weights and that would compute the weights for you to split them all equally. And once you have a winner, then you can adjust your weights accordingly, and I'll get to that in a minute. So that's all you have to do to set up a split test. It's that easy. Now, if you want to go and edit a link, you simply click on the edit icon. If you want to preview a link, you click on the magnifying glass, or you can go ahead and delete the link altogether. Now, the final thing that you might want to do is if you want to have ClickMagick statistically determine the winner for you, you simply click on the yes button here, and then ClickMagick will send you an email to the email address listed in your user profile once it has determined a winner. So now let's go up and see how you would test your split test. Let's go up to the link. So here you would naturally think that to test your setup, you would simply select your tracking link and paste it into the browser a number of times and watch the pages pull up. Well, that doesn't work, and if you don't understand why that doesn't work, it can be frustrating, so let me go over this. First of all, split testing is like taking a vote. So when somebody visits your page for the first time, they're counted as a unique click, and ClickMagick remembers which page they were shown in the split test. Then if they come back to your site a second time, ClickMagick will always show them the page they were originally shown, because this produces the most accurate split test results. If ClickMagick were to show them a different page every time they came to your site, that would kind of be like allowing them to vote multiple times, and we don't want to do that. So that's the first thing to understand. The second thing is that split testing has nothing to do with rotation. Now, I know that a lot of people are taught that split testing uses rotators and that as clicks come in from different people, they'll be shown one page after another in a round-robin fashion. That's a useful shortcut way of demonstrating the general idea behind split testing, but actual split testing doesn't work that way at all, and if you think that it does, it's going to confuse you. So let me explain this using our setup with Antarctic snow water. So let's go back into the links, and here you can see the 2 links. We have our nature link and our bottles link, and they're each being shown 50% of the time. Well, the way this actually works is when a click comes in, it means that there's a 50-50 chance of one of these links being selected. So let's suppose the first click comes in and it randomly picks the nature link. It's got a 50-50 chance and the nature page is shown. Now a second click comes in and again there's a 50-50 chance of either page being shown. So the nature link could be shown a second time in a row. So there's no rotation here. To emphasize this point, the third click could also go to the nature page. It's like flipping a coin 3 times in a row. It's certainly possible that you could get heads all 3 times or tails all 3 times, but in the long run, the averages work out. And it's important that split tests work this way because after you've found a winner, you might send 90% of your traffic to the winning page and only 10% to a page that you're testing to see if you could beat that winner. And in this example, I'm sure you can see that if you got 3 clicks in a row, they're probably all going to go to the page getting 90% of the traffic. Now, if you understand these 2 principles, 1, that the same person will always be shown the same page, and 2, that split testing does not involve rotation, then any testing you do should make perfect sense. So now let me show you the easiest way to verify that you've set up your split test correctly. All you need to do is look at each link and verify that their split percentage is correct. And then what you need to do is verify that your pages pull up correctly. So let's go back to the link. And now we can click on the preview button. And what this will do is it will randomly pull up each of the pages. So you just click on the preview button until you've seen each of your pages pull up correctly. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've seen the bottle page. Close it. Let's click preview again. Now we've seen the nature page, so we know the split test is set up correctly and you can safely give out this tracking link. Now if you're like me and you're looking at this, you'll say, but we haven't tested the tracking link itself. And the reason for that is it's very tough to outsmart ClickMagick because remember, as I said before, if you start testing this tracking link, ClickMagick is going to see you as the same person, and so it's going to keep displaying the same page to you, and it's going to be confusing and frustrating because it will seem like it doesn't work. So if you do the 2 steps that I just showed you, you check the percentages and you preview the pages, that's all you need to do to ensure that it's actually set up correctly. But if you really want to test the tracking link, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. The first thing we need to do is go up to one of the FAQs. So we'll go to the Help menu, choose FAQs. I'm going to type the word testing into the box. And we're going to go down to the second item, how can I easily test my links and tracking pixels? We'll read through here, down to here, and it says to delete cookies related to tracking links, click here. Now this is a special link that clears some ClickMagick information that lets it know whether or not you're a repeat visitor, and it's going to reset that data. So what you need to do is take this link and bookmark it. I've already got it bookmarked here in my browser under ClickMagick Reset Link Cookies. We're going to be using that. Now let's go back to links. Go into Antarctic snow water, and we're going to copy the tracking link. Now we're going to open a new tab, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell ClickMagick that we're a new person. So we do that by going to the bookmark, clicking the reset link. Okay, now this is the most important part, is that you have to wait at least 60 seconds before you enter in the tracking link, or ClickMagick will still see you as the same person. So let's go ahead and wait. Okay, we've waited. Now let's go ahead and paste in the tracking link and hit enter. So the first page that pulled up is the bottle page. Now let's go ahead and reset the link again so that again we look like a brand new person. Okay, now we have to wait another 60 seconds. Okay, now that we've waited 60 seconds, let's go ahead and enter the tracking link again. Hit enter again. It's the bottle page again. This is a really great demonstration that we're not rotating. We've gotten the bottle page twice in a row. Now let's go ahead and enter the tracking link a third time. So we'll go up to the bookmark. We'll click the reset link again and wait another minute. Okay, a minute is up. Let's go enter the tracking link one more time. We'll paste it in, hit return, and now we got the nature page. So we've entered the tracking link 3 times. We got the bottle page the first 2 times and then the nature link. So now let's go in and look at our statistics. Let's click on ClickMagick. We'll go in, we'll refresh. And you see here that we have 3 unique clicks. So it did see us as 3 different people, and we have 3 total clicks. Now, if you want to see the breakdown of how many clicks went to each page, you click on the total click number. And it breaks it down, and it says the primary URL, which was the bottle page, had 2 total clicks and 2 unique clicks. And then we have the nature page had 1 total click and 1 unique click. We don't have any other statistics because we don't have any tracking pixels set up, which is important because if you want to see which page is doing better by comparing statistics yourself, you need to have those tracking pixels set up, and it's absolutely necessary if you're going to have ClickMagick determine the winner for you. So the way to set up tracking pixels, as I've shown you in other videos, is you go up to your link here, choose Track Conversions, you open that, and it'll explain to you how to add tracking pixels to your thank you pages and to your other pages. So once you've got your tracking pixels in place, then ClickMagick can compute the necessary data to determine your split test winner. Now keep in mind that it can take hundreds of clicks to determine a statistically valid winner, and again, this is why I suggest that you just let ClickMagick handle that for you. So now what do you do with the data? Let's assume that you found a winner. Let's say it's the nature page. Then what do? Well, you would go back up to your link. You would change the primary URL to the winner, which would be the nature page, and that becomes your control page. That's the proven winner, and then you make 1 change to that page and you set that up as a test page in your split test. So what would that look like? Well, let's go back up and look at the nature page. Let's assume this is the page that won, and look at the buy button here. It says buy Antarctic snow water now. Well, buy is a pretty strong word. So if we were going to make 1 change to this page, what if we made the change to the buy button? What if instead of buy Antarctic snow water now, we softened that statement to something like learn about Antarctic snow water? And that's all we did. So now you have a split test where 1 says buy and 1 says learn, You would run the test, you'd see which one does better. If learn does better, then you make it the control page, and then you make another change, and it goes on from there until your changes produce no noticeable results. And that's the basis of split testing. So to wrap up, in this video I've given you a brief overview of what split testing is, how to use ClickMagick to set up a split test, and then how to read the results of your split test so you know what to do from that point forward. This is Steve with ClickMagick. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact us at our help desk. We'll be glad to help you out. Have fun with split tests. Bye-bye for now.